Somewhere in your backyard right now, there is enough space to grow a tree that could heat your home, rebuild your soil, and be ready to harvest in less time than it takes your children to finish school. Most people will never plant it. Not because it is hard to grow, not because it is expensive, but because someone decided you should not be allowed to. This video will show you exactly why that decision was made, who benefits from it, and why the truth about this tree is something the timber industry would prefer you never discovered. By the end, you will know what this tree is, what it can actually do, and whether growing it legally on your land is something worth pursuing right now. Picture this. You push a small seed into the ground in early spring. By the following spring, you are standing in the shade of a tree already 15 feet above your head. Not a shrub, not a sapling struggling to survive. A genuine, full canopy tree growing faster than almost anything else on this planet. Now picture cutting that tree down in year 7 and splitting the logs for winter. You slide one into your wood stove, and the heat it throws off surprises you. It burns hotter than coal. Not softer, not the same. Hotter. And here is the part that changes everything. You walk back outside the following spring, and new growth is already rising from the same stump. You did not replant anything. The roots never died. The tree came back on its own. This is not a fairy tale. This is the Paulownia tree, and it is one of the most scientifically remarkable trees growing on this earth today. The growth rate alone should be enough to stop anyone in their tracks. Under good conditions, a Paulownia can add 15 to 20 feet of vertical growth in a single year. Within 5 years, the trunk can measure a full foot across. Oak trees need 60 years to reach that diameter. Maple trees need 40. The Paulownia does it in 5. For anyone managing land, thinking about timber income, or simply trying to grow shade and soil protection in a hurry, those numbers represent something genuinely different from anything else available. But the speed is only the beginning of what makes this tree unusual. The leaves on a young Paulownia tree grow enormous. We are talking about leaves that can stretch nearly 30 inches across. Those leaves are not just impressive to look at. They are working constantly, pulling carbon dioxide out of the air at a rate that has genuinely surprised researchers. A single acre of Paulownia trees can remove roughly 100 tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere every year. Conventional forests absorb carbon slowly across many decades. The Paulownia does the same job many times faster. Scientists studying carbon capture have taken serious notice of that fact. Underground, the story continues. The root system drives downward 15 feet or more, breaking through compacted soil that would stop most other trees. As it grows, it loosens the earth around it, improving drainage and allowing other plants to take hold later. Every autumn, when those giant leaves fall and begin to decompose, they return nitrogen back into the soil at concentrations above 3%. That is the equivalent of spreading a natural, slow-release fertilizer across your land every single year without spending a cent. Now, let us talk about the fire. Most firewood contains between 50 and 70% moisture when it is freshly cut. That trapped water steals heat from your fire. The energy that should be warming your home gets wasted boiling water out of the wood instead. Paulownia wood carries dramatically less moisture, typically between 30 and 40%. That difference means it ignites faster, burns hotter, and delivers more usable heat per pound than most traditional firewood. When measured in BTUs, Paulownia wood and the charcoal produced from it reach approximately 9,500 BTUs per pound. Standard coal typically delivers between 8,000 and 9,000 BTUs. The Paulownia beats it. And it does so without the sulfur emissions, the mining damage, or the permanent loss of a resource. You grow it, you harvest it, you wait, and the stump brings it back again through a process called coppicing, which has been used in forestry for centuries. So, why is planting this tree restricted across 46 states in America? The official answer involves invasive species concerns. The natural variety of Paulownia produces an almost unbelievable number of seeds. A single mature tree can release 20 million seeds in 1 year. Those seeds are light, winged, and carried easily by wind and water. They find disturbed ground along highways and roadsides and begin growing aggressively. In areas with native plant communities already under pressure, rapid spreading trees can create real problems. That concern is legitimate and worth taking seriously. But here is where the story becomes more complicated. Scientists have already developed sterile hybrid varieties of Paulownia. These hybrids grow at the same speed, produce the same quality wood, and capture the same amount of carbon. They do not produce viable seeds. The invasion risk is removed. Yet in many states, the restrictions remain in place as though the hybrids do not exist. Ask yourself who benefits most from keeping Paulownia off independent farms. The traditional timber industry depends on slow-growing trees. Pine, oak, and cedar take between 30 and 80 years to reach harvest size. That long wait keeps timber scarce and prices high. Timber companies control millions of acres built around that scarcity. Now imagine independent farmers across the country harvesting premium hardwood every 7 years from trees they planted themselves. The supply of timber increases. Prices drop. The carefully maintained balance that protects decades of industry profit begins to shift. Investigative journalists have documented the influence of timber lobbying groups on forestry policy in several states. Research that challenges traditional logging interests has a difficult time gaining funding and attention. Whether economic pressure has shaped the narrative around Paulownia is something each person must weigh for themselves. But the question deserves to be asked honestly. There is also the matter of land restoration. Paulownia roots pull heavy metals including lead and cadmium out of poisoned soil and store them inside the wood. On abandoned industrial sites and old mining land where most plants refuse to grow, Paulownia can establish itself and begin cleaning the earth. Its canopy cools surrounding air temperatures by as much as 7 degrees, which matters enormously in cities suffering from heat buildup. On damaged land of almost any kind, the tree functions as a first responder, stabilizing soil, rebuilding nutrients, and preparing the ground for slower native species to return in the years ahead. Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote that a weed is simply a plant whose virtues have not yet been discovered. The Paulownia tree has had its virtues documented, studied, and confirmed by serious researchers across multiple countries. What it lacks in many parts of America is permission. Before you act, check your state laws carefully. Research the sterile hybrid varieties available through reputable nurseries. Talk to your county agricultural extension office. In some states, managed cultivation of approved hybrids is entirely legal and already happening quietly on working farms. The land beneath your feet has more potential than most people ever tap. A tree that grows 15 feet in a year, burns hotter than coal, rebuilds itself after harvest, cleans contaminated soil, and captures carbon faster than a conventional forest, is not a problem waiting to happen. It is an answer waiting to be planted. The only question is whether you are ready to look at the ground differently.